Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Internet Trade. My name is Robin, and let's do a Nifty and Bank Nifty analysis for tomorrow. So, in a short discussion, what happened today in the market? So, both Nifty and Bank Nifty opened with a huge gap down. However, it took time, it consolidated, and later on, it showed a sharp recovery. Okay, so if I have to talk about the recovery, so let me just tell you what are the figures of FII cash buying or selling. So FIs have again sold for about 1512 crores today, and DIIs have bought for about 1624 crores. So if you look at net, just about 100 crores of extra buying from DIIs. But in reality, this up move in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, it is not because of uh, any significant cash buying, but definitely due to short covering. And this was bound to happen because it was an expiry day, and a lot of people were sitting with profits. And market cannot be bearish every day. There has to be a turnaround somewhere, and I always tell people that market is all about trapping the short sellers. Either it can be a put seller or it can be a call seller. So today it was all about trapping call sellers because though market open gap down, there were heavy call writing that was going on. But suddenly, people who watch option chain minute by minute, like I do, call writers were not adding additional additional quantities or additional open interest. So that's when it became stagnant, and I thought that they can start covering their position, and I took a bullish trade. And if so people who are in my Telegram channel, in the morning itself I have told that when it opens gap down and if it immediately tests 34,700, then in the second half market may recover. And exactly it happened. So I don't know how many of you take my point seriously, but this is the kind of analysis that we do. Why it was important for a recovery is, if you look at this, this is the support that I was talking about. So we knew that market will open gap down, but since we have already tested this level a lot of times and we gave a very good breakout here. So this breakout is almost, I think, about 1300 points rally. So this area definitely has some sort of importance. So though we cannot see a 1300 points rally, maybe not sure about it, but at least we need to see some a positive reaction here. Buyers will at least try to enter this place as a fresh position. Some may defend it. So this was possible. So this was all about the trading idea today, and I went with a bullish wave, and that happened to be correct. So that's what has happened in both Nifty and Bank Nifty today. Now let's discuss what next. So first things first, this is an hourly chart. So why I have opened an hourly chart is to tell you all that what is the kind of trend that is going on at the moment. So in an hourly chart, if you see, we have seen a rally. Okay, this is from 33,000 to 36,000. So almost a 3,000 points rally is what we have seen here. So if this is bullish, then at least we can expect about a 50% correction in this. So if I minus 1500 from 36,000, it happens to be 34,500. Okay, so we can expect a fall until 34,500. But since we have a support here, or a resistance which acted as a support here now, that place was around 34,677, something like this. Okay, so almost close to 1,500. So market took it took support here, now again bouncing back. So now what it can happen, so this is a huge area. Okay, this is a manipulating area. So we have to trade in a shorter time frame. But if you look at a longer time frame, if Bank Nifty crosses 36,000 is when it will become bullish, or else it can go up to some upper levels, and then it can come back again and break this level and become bearish further. So this is what is it at the moment, and this is same in both Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let me just show you all Nifty also. Yeah, so this is Nifty. So Nifty recovered from almost 15,700 to 16,800, and then so 15,700 to 16,800 is about 1,100 points, and if I have to take 50% of this, so let's just minus 600 points from this, and this happens to be 900 points. Okay, sorry, not 900, my bad. So from 1,100 points, if we take 50%, it is about 550 points. So we have taken 600 points. So from 16,800, we'll minus 600 points, which is about 16,200. And the low that we made is about 16,250. So in this case, Nifty also corrected 50% and has given a bounce. So now the main thing starts, like we need to see if this uptrend continues and breaks the high and changes the trend, or it is just another pullback, and then we can break the low also. Cool. So now let's quickly discuss the data. Nothing much in the data, we just have futures data available today, so we'll just see that, and then quickly we'll discuss the intraday levels. So if you look at the futures today, what FIs have done is, again, they have booked some longs and they have added a good amount of short. And it's raining in Mumbai, the first rain of the season. I could just hear it. Okay, so we have yet another 8,000 shorts added. So this is becoming really, really, devastating actually. So they hardly have any longs left, and this is also good for the market, because what happens is, if they have too much of shorts, and we have seen that market has not fallen that much, so once they start covering their positions, we can see a good upwards movement. And somehow I'm expecting Nifty to test 17,500 or 600 by the end of this month. Why? It is because of the kind of positions that they are creating in the stock futures. So usually what happens is, if you see more than 15 days of going long in stock futures, the market tends to recover, and then once it goes up, they start booking it again and it comes down. And the kind of channel that we have in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, so we are definitely testing this channel like this every time, and right now we are in the halfway, so there is a possibility we may go to this point, and that point happens to be around 17,600, and then we may again start coming down. Okay, so this is just a view based on data. So in technical analysis and data analysis, everything is all about historical data, and that's how we predict. And if we look at the option positions, both FIs and pros, they have closed a lot of short positions on the call side comparatively to the long positions in the call side. So that is something interesting. So that means options wise, they are a little bullish, but the fresh position will be created tomorrow and on Monday. And tomorrow it's an important event day in US. Tomorrow evening we will get the US inflation data, and the entire world is eagerly waiting and watching for it. And due to that, the global market is also jittery at the moment. And right now I just saw that SGX Nifty was trading around 75-80 points lower. So let's see if it recovers tomorrow. Right now it's 94 points lower. So let's see if it recovers in the morning tomorrow, or else we may face yet another confusing and bearish day tomorrow. So this is all about the data, and let me just show you. So right now their shorts are around 77%. So they just have about 27,000 longs in futures and 1,17,000 shorts in index futures, and this has now again widened itself. Okay, and if we quickly check the option chain, what is important here is in the next week's option chain. Okay, so the next expiry is 16th. So today's expiry, let me see if we have the date. Yeah, 9th. So here if you see, the put call ratio values neutral. Okay, so from 0.58, so yesterday it was 0.58 and now we are about 0.92, so a good recovery. And this was also one of the reason why I wanted to be bullish rather than being bearish in the market today. So this has recovered, but if we check the next week's options, this is not the case. It is still around 0.87. So the next week option chain, not much of recovery has been done. So 35,000 still happens to be a confusing place. Like in the call options, we have about 30,544 open interest, and on the put side we have about 32,276. So not a much of a difference. And here the put call ratio happens to be neutral, and beyond this it is still bearish. Like we did not see any put writers coming in and selling the ITM put options. So that itself is showing that there is not much of a confidence in the market these days. So that's what I wanted to discuss about the option chain. Now let's go back to our chart on a smaller time frame and see what should be the plan for tomorrow. So this is a resistance. So I'm just discussing Nifty first. This is a resistance and Nifty has exactly closed at the resistance. Okay. So what will happen is we definitely know that from 16,400 to 16,480, these candles, definitely there are put sellers uh, you know who have sold the put options and waiting for a gap up opening tomorrow. So if market opens below this, obviously these guys have to exit their position. And if so, just a simple calculation, there is about 3 candles here. So if they start to exit their position, we may see like it is an 80 points rise, so we may see an 80-90 points fall here. So that will again bring it to this particular trajectory, and Nifty may trade sideways a little, and then there is a possibility we may close sideways tomorrow. And just in case if market the global scenario becomes bearish, we may again break this level. So each and every time people will not defend their position, some has to book their loss. So what should be a plan in case if we open flat within this area, and if we cross this, we can expect Nifty to move to 16,600 slow and steadily. Okay, it will not go like a short covering, but it will go slow and steady because the momentum has happened here. So we may see some losing momentum here, and as and when it is moving, a lot of people who are sitting with their positions here will slow and steadily book. So hence it will go on the upside slowly. So we have a level here. So after 16,490, we can expect it to go to 16,600. So another 110 points. So if we are opening with a gap down, definitely the market will become problematic again, because we broke this neckline and we fell here sharply, and the market will come back to that same place. So it becomes easier for sellers to take position here with a stop loss here, because they know that we have seen this kind of a fall, and that may again continue if and that will continue with the momentum, because there are people who are facing loss here if market opens gap down. So if it opens gap down, definitely with a small SL we'll try to take a put here, and initially we can book it around 16,320, and then we can wait and see what happens, because we have seen a rally here, so at least it will take support and spend time here. Okay, so we discussed flat opening and gap down opening, and in case of a gap up opening, if it opens say around 16,550 or something, then there is a high possibility that it will start coming down, because it's a good profit and people would like to book their profits, and this entire place can be considered as a resistance, and there is a gap here which Nifty has to fill. So that gap happens to be around, what is this level, 16,560. Okay, so let's not consider 16,600 to be our target. We'll consider 16,560 to 570. Okay, so we'll expect that target. So in case of market directly opens here, definitely we will all jump into a put trade here and wait for it to fall until this place 480. Okay, it will definitely come and fill the gap. So gap up put, gap down put, flat opening and breaking of this high, we're definitely going to buy a call for the target of 16,560 to 570. So another 90 to 100 points move. So this is the plan for Nifty. Let's quickly check out Bank Nifty too. Yeah, so we have Bank Nifty here. Let me see if my lines come back. So I'm sitting in my bedroom where the Wi-Fi connection is not that strong. Cool. So we have the lines here. So Nifty is following this particular trend line, and it is constantly coming down, and a gap up opening and break of this trend line, but still it continued to be within this trend line, and now again it has given a breakout today, but still we have a resistance here. Okay, so this is a resistance. What is that place? So in Bank Nifty we do not have much of a room on the upside. This place happens to be around 35,150. Okay, so if Bank Nifty continues its rally, so if it breaks 35,150, we can expect it to move to 35,335 to 35,435. So this entire place is a resistance, so we do not know if it would reverse from here or whether it would reverse from here. So this is an 100 points range, so people can book accordingly. So if we open flat and break on the upside, any which ways, even if we consider 335, it is about 150 points in Bank Nifty, which is quite decent. Okay, so we can expect 150 to 200 points move. So let's consider 35,400 to be the last resistance. Okay, so we discussed flat opening. Just in case if we open directly at this level with a gap up, definitely एक put to banta hai, so we'll buy a put and we'll book it somewhere close to 35,100, which is again a 300 points fall. And let's discuss now about gap down. So this is the last swing. Okay, so what is that level? 34,963. So let's consider 34,960. So if Bank Nifty opens below this, obviously people who wrote put options from 35,000 to 35,100, everyone will be in trouble and they'll have to exit their positions. Okay, and market is definitely down at the moment, looking at exchange Nifty. Just in case if there is any recovery at night post Nasdaq and Dow Jones open up. So let's see. So this is our view for tomorrow, and if we open gap down, most probably we may trade in this range at least for the entire day, or maybe at least for the first half. And then in case if it breaks down further, then obviously we can look for a good trading opportunity, or we can continue with our positions. And just to inform you about the algo, so algo has been profitable today. Why profitable? What happened is it bought put options of 4 lots, and this particular fall gave us a profit of around 3,327, something like this. Okay, so any which ways, like after running the algo tomorrow, I'm going to update the weekly in the group, so do watch it. And I told that I'll be recording the algo videos from next week, and I think that's going to be a little difficult because I just like recollected from next Monday, like the school starts and my daughter is going to the school and I'm the one who has to drop her. So at least till the time things get settled down, it might be difficult for me to even run the algo. But definitely I'll try to run the algo, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to record it or monitor it properly or not. So whatever it is, I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.